Video from the Borderline Crisis Center's security cameras shows uniformed soldiers armed with long rifles trying to force their way inside the shelter. This happened around midnight on October 11th.
They were demanding the female residents, it's women and children here, to open up the shelter gate and let them in. They were accusing them of hiding undocumented persons and helping people to cross the border through an irregular means, which is not correct.
Nicole Ramos is the director with Al Otro Lado, a nonprofit that organizes legal workshops at the shelter. She says this shelter is home to some of the most vulnerable migrant populations, including Black and lesbian women and single mothers with young children. Many of them have already faced harassment by local law enforcement in Tijuana.
Women have to protect women in this city because the authorities do not protect us. In many cases, the authorities are the ones that are against us or actively trying to harm us.
Judith Cabrera is co-director of the Borderline Crisis Center. She says many of the soldiers wore masks and refused to identify themselves. They had no search warrants. She says this raid violates Mexican law.
They're not allowed to have to do migratory checkpoints in places where humanitarian aid is being provided. It goes against the right of the migrant community to receive humanitarian aid, and it goes against our right to provide it.
Cabrera is calling this raid on a migrant shelter an escalation of the Mexican government's migration enforcement. The United States government has long pressured Mexico to stop migrants from getting to the U.S. border, all the way back to the Obama administration, and the Trump and Biden administrations have taken the same approach.
We have to stop seeing immigrants as criminals. They are not. They are mostly very vulnerable people fleeing for their lives, trying to survive, protecting their children.
The Mexican National Guard did not respond to questions about their involvement in the raid. Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.